So I'm telling you that the individual points, the smallest point, that can be called as a token. In the programming language, it is having its own importance, maybe comma, brackets, all things they are having its own importance. So the individual points, whether you are taking comma, whether you are taking int, whether you are taking a, so all things can be called as a individual token. So in this program, it will ask you enter the number. It will ask you enter the number. After that, it will be converted what value you are giving to the computers. So that will be converted into number, because here typecasting is also available. So it will be kept here like 10, like 5. After that, 10 into 5 equals to 50. That will be stored in C. After that, C will be displayed. Now, I think you are able to understand what is input, what is process, and what is output. Actually, just I am pointing out here input, and this is process, and last, that is output. See, in the last video, means in the beginning, which video we have released, so in that I have told you about input, process and output, that is IPO cycle. Actually, today's turn is that we have to discuss about the devices, what devices you are having as an input or as an output or process. So first of all, I am going to tell you about input devices. Actually, input devices, as you know, keyboard, mouse, joystick, digital camera and other things, many more. So all these things that can be counted in the category of input devices, and processing, you can say mainly the CPU. Actually, you know, CPU, as you know, that one box is there, that can be called as a CPU. No, it is totally wrong. That is called metallic box. Inside that there is a plate. On that there are different parts of the CPU that I am telling you. See, this type of plate is placed in the computer's CPU, metallic box, that is divided in this directions, like ALU, like memory, like C. So actually this is the structure of the CPU. So that is having its own importance. ALU, as you know, that is arithmetic logical unit. All mathematical and logical functions are performed in this unit. And in memory unit, you can able to store the data for the future use. And one more thing, that is CU, that is control unit. Actually, control unit is that thing that is used to control all the functions of the computer. So that can be called as a control unit. It is just like supervisor. Each and every moment, this CU is having the interfere in each and every activity of the computers. So one more thing, that is output unit. As you know, output unit, monitor and CPU, monitor and printer, we are giving the examples. But except it, there are different devices, different units are there, like plotter, like speakers, and other many more. But I am telling you, output unit are those units through that we can able to get the result. We can get the result. So that can be called as an output unit. Now I am telling you the storage unit also. I am telling you the storage unit. Actually, storage unit are those units in that we can keep the data. We can keep the data for the future use. So that can be called as a storage unit. So that can be called memory is here. Now one more thing, that is registers. Actually, registers are those things through that the circuit that has to be decided what value you are having, that is called registers. Or you can say in that cache memory and different types of things that can be counted in the category of registers. Now the other things about these units, that DVD, CD and other things, through that you can able to store the data. One more thing, actually I am going to tell you about bus. Are the wires through that the data is transmitting from one place to another place. If we want to transfer the data from one place to another place, at that time the wire through that the data is transmitting, so that wire is called, or the connection that is called bus. So there are different types of buses: serial bus, parallel bus and data bus. Serial bus are those bus through that the data can be transferred by one side, whether it is going or whether it is coming back. So only one side data that can be possible with the help of serial bus, and with the help of parallel bus the data can be transferred from both the sides. It is going and as well as it is coming also. That is parallel bus. One is data bus. Actually data bus are those bus through that it can be possible that multiple files you are able to send from one place to another place. And one more thing, that is control bus. One more thing I want to tell you about control bus. So you are having different things here. Actually, mobile technology is also in your syllabus, only they are giving you the introductions. As you know how mobile work and on which behalf it is working. It is divided into some categories like cameras, like folders. So memory that will be managed by someone, something else. So that type of things that is stored. That is stored. So about the mobile technology is something that is given. But now we are starting the another chapter. We are starting the another chapter. Actually, that chapter that is related to the softwares. As you know, software is that thing that is that cannot be touched. Software that cannot be touched, that can be called as a software. Or you can say through that any computer that is able to run, or you can say it is giving the instructions to the hardware. The software is that thing through that the instruction that is given to the computers or the hardwares, so it can be work according to our choice. So that is called software. Actually, software are of two types, that is application software, and second one is software are of two types. Application software and second one is system software. See, here they want to tell you about the softwares. Application softwares are those softwares. Application software are those softwares that is made for the user's need. That is made for the user's need, whether it is the software for banking, whether it is the software of your school. So any software that is made for the user's need, user's requirement. They have given the requirement, after that we are making that type of software, that is called application software. Actually, it is further divided. Application software that is further divided. One is packages, one is customized or ready-made software, one more thing, that is utility software. Utility software, and next is business software. Business software. So I am going to tell you that packages, you know, different type of package we are making. like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. These are the small programs. These are having small packages of one software, that is Microsoft or any others. So if the small program of anything that can be kept, that is called package. It is having its specific need, so that is called package. As you know, MS Word is having its importance to make the document. Excel is having for the calculation, and PowerPoint is having its importance to display any presentation. So that type of specific need if we are having, so it can be called as a packages. Here one more thing, that is customized or ready-made softwares. Actually customized and ready-made softwares are those softwares that is just like sample, they have prepared, but it is ready-made. Just you are checking it, you have to select it is applicable for you or not. If it is applicable, definitely you will buy this, otherwise you are not buying this. So that is called customized or ready-made software. Here, next is utility softwares. Utility softwares are those softwares that is having its own importance, that is used to cure the computers. For the purpose of the curing of the computers, that is called utility softwares. Whether you are taking the example of disk defragmenter, you can take the example of any antivirus, you can take the example of scan disk. So this type of software, that is called utility softwares. One more thing, that is business softwares. If you are making the softwares for the purpose of business, maybe school, maybe dairy, maybe bank, so any business type of, any commercial type of software you are making, so that is called business type of softwares. One more thing, it is also divided into some categories, like operating system and language processor. Operating system and it is language processor. See, actually operating system, in the previous class also, in the 10th also, I have discussed about operating system. Operating system is that thing that is used, or you can say it acts as an interface between user and hardware. So the interaction between user and hardware, that is taken place. So for that it is compulsory that we have to take the example. Of operating system. Actually operating system, you know, Windows is an operating system, Linux is operating system, DOS is operating system. There are different type of operating system. Through that your computer that is able to take your instructions, after that it is replying you. That is operating system. One more thing, that is language processor. Actually language processor means it is process the languages. No, this question that is not clear. But it is my practice. It is my practice that each and everything that should be clear in your mind. Otherwise, I think there is no use for displaying the videos. So, language processor is that softwares through that one language that is converted into another language. As you know, it can be called translator also. Language translator means whether you are speaking English and other one is not able to understand English. He is or she is speaking only Hindi. At that time, both the persons, if they want to talk, at that time they will face more and more problems, and they will try to understand each others. For that they have to take the help of others. So that person, through that the language of Hindi, language of English, so that is converted in each others. So that is called language translator. Here there are three language processors. Through that high level language, it is converted into low level or low level language to high level language. So that is called language translator. There are three language translator. One is compiler, one is assembler, one is interpreter. Actually, compiler is that program through that the whole files, whole program that can be converted in one go. At a time, it can convert whole things. But interpreter converts line by line. Compiler also converts high level to low level or low level to high level language in one go. But interpreter converts one statement from high level to low level or low level to high level language. Assembler is that program that is able to understand assembly language into machine language or machine language to assembly language. That can be called assembler. Here I am going to tell you some other points also. Regarding the chapter, actually in this chapter there are some points that is also available in class 10th. So I think we are giving you some informations that is new for you. So other informations you should study from your book. And if you are facing any problem, you ask me the questions. Now you should try more and more for programs as well as theory also, and your syllabus, your notes that should be prepared so that we are able to give you different types of questions. So at this time I am giving you the points. Through that you can able to tell, you can able to write your own views in your notes also. So you have to prepare your notes. If you are facing any problem, you can ask me anytime through the electronic mediums. Okay, thank you. Otherwise, you can ask me anything with this app anytime